Okay, I have this graphic organizer for you called I Can Write Linear Equations Given, and then it gives several different things that you could be given. We know how to do the top three. We know how to write an equation when we're given the slope and y-intercept. We know how to write an equation when given standard form, and we know how to write an equation when given the graph. This video is to simply remind you of those three things so that you can do it during this unit. So first, go ahead and write this in the right-hand column of your graphic organizer. Write any work that you see on this video, and this is going to serve as an example. The slope and y-intercept. Remember that when we're talking about linear equations, we're talking about the form y equals mx plus b. All equations that we write during this unit are going to be put into this form. It's called slope-intercept form. So when you're writing an equation, you're kind of just filling in the template like this, where your slope goes here and your y-intercept goes here. So on this example, we're just going to plug in our slope and our y-intercept. So our equation would be y equals 1/3 x minus 5. So that's what you need to write in that right-hand column of your graphic organizer. Okay, we also know how to write the equation in slope-intercept form if we're given standard form. You guys did a lot of this during the last unit. Another way of saying write in slope-intercept form is by saying solve for y. So we know how to do this. We draw in our river. On this one, we would subtract the 4x. So we have this. And then we would divide by -2. So y equals positive 2x minus 7. And that would be your answer. Show all of this work in the right-hand column of your graphic organizer. Please don't just write the answer. Lastly, we know how to write an equation if we're given the graph. So remember, we're trying to fill in this template. So we want to know what's our slope and what's our y-intercept. So first, let's find our slope between these 2 points. We see that we go up 2, and then we go over 5. So our rise over run would be 2 over 5. But it's also going downhill, so it's going to be negative. So that's what goes in this first blank, is -2/5, and that goes before the x. Then our y-intercept goes in the second blank. Well, our y-intercept's right here at -1, so we just put that in the blank. That's kind of hard to see. I apologize. I'll write it down here. So our final equation then would be y equals -2/5 x minus 1. You might want to make yourself a note of this rise over run on your graph, on your graphic organizer, so that you know when you look back where that slope came from. Okay, so this is it. These are the three things that you guys know. Now you're going to do your practice sheet where you're going to write the equation when given the slope and y-intercept, write the equation when given the graph, and I even threw a couple on there of writing the equation when given it in standard form. You need to try to complete that before the end of the hour.